In this video, I'll be painting a Primaris Hellblaster for my Dark Angels army. Hello everyone, this is Jason from Warhammer Gaming, and in this video, we'll be painting a Primaris Hellblaster for my Dark Angels army. Looking forward to seeing how this turns out, so without further ado, let's get going. The first thing that I did prior to recording this video is prime the model in Grey Seer. Next I'll be using Corvus Black to paint the following areas: the belt around the waist and the back, the gaps in the armor such as behind the knee and elbows, and the square and round exhaust vents on the backpack. Next, we're going to paint the casing of the gun using Khorne Red. Just a quick note, there are going to be certain parts of the gun that I'm not going to paint in red. However, if you wish to paint those areas in red, feel free to do so. The only area that you should not paint in red are the coils at the top. Now we're going to use Leadbelcher to paint the following areas: all the unpainted areas of the plasma gun except for the coils at the top, the earpiece and pipes on the helmet, the pistol handle and the other items on the belt, and then the edges of the vents on the backpack. Next, we're going to paint the pistol holster with Mournfang Brown. Now we're going to use Wraithbone to paint the chest aquila and the eyes. Now we're going to paint the coils on the gun and the front of the flashlight with White Scar. Sorry, one other thing. We're also going to paint the recesses here on the front of the gun in White Scar as well. In the next few steps, I'm going to be applying speed paints, shade paints, and contrast paints. However, before I do that, I just want to do some touch-ups on the model and correct any mistakes that I may have made. For areas that should have stayed primed in Gray Seer, I'm going to correct it using Gray Seer paint. Okay, and I think it looks a little cleaner now. Next, we're going to paint the Space Marine armor using Absolution Green Speedpaint 2.0 from the Army Painter. However, if you would prefer to use Citadel products, you can get a similar color by using a mixture that is 50% Dark Angels Green Contrast Paint and 50% Contrast Medium. Next, we're going to apply Nuln Oil to all the areas painted in Leadbelcher, Khorne Red, and Mournfang Brown. Next, we're going to apply Skeleton Horde to the chest aquila. Next, we're going to apply Frostheart to the coils on the top of the gun and the recesses at the front. Next, we're going to use Blood Angel's Red to paint the front of the flashlight and the eyes on the helmet. Now that we've finished painting the Marine, the next thing we're going to do is paint the base. For that, we're going to use Khorne Red on top of the base, Abaddon Black on the side of the base, and then Martian Ironcrust on top of the Khorne Red. Okay, so now that the Martian Ironcrust is on, we just have to wait about 18 to 24 hours for it to dry. Alright, the Martian Ironcrust has fully dried. Just a quick note, if you want a really pronounced ground cracking effect, you should put on a thick layer of Ironcrust, and if you want a less pronounced ground cracking effect, then add in a thinner layer. Alright, so here's my completed Dark Angels Hellblaster model, and personally I think this model turned out pretty decent. I think that I'm getting more used to using the Speedpaint now, although I could still use more practice. Again, I just have to make sure that the paint doesn't pool too much on the smoother surfaces of the model, and I need to make sure that that's done quickly because the paint dries pretty fast. Anyways, that's the end of my video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to check out my other social media accounts in the description below. Until next time, this is Jason from Forcehammer Gaming, signing off.